Good morning. I'm Pastor Corby Johnson, and I'm so glad to bring you devotions in the Proverbs today. Today is Monday, May 24th, and I'm going to be reading this scripture out of the New Living Translation from Proverbs 16:31 through 33. Now, I do encourage you, go ahead and look at your favorite version or jump around a little bit like I do. And I think if you do that, you feel the richness that comes with each of these proverbs, depending on the wording for the day. So when I read this proverb, verse 32, I thought, yes, this is my proverb, and I will own it for the rest of my life. Perhaps you've taken the same stance of snow on the mountain. But the psalmist doesn't call it that. The psalmist calls it the crown of glory. I kind of like that. So this section is really 3 one-liners. And that happens a lot in Proverbs. So sometimes when I choose, I'm just kind of going in order. It might not make sense to use a lot of the verses because there might be a little clump that fits together well. So this really could be taken as 3 separate Proverbs devotions, or it can do what I'm doing today and do 3 at once. So it reads like this. White hair is a crown of glory. It is gained by living a godly life. Better to be patient than powerful. Better to have self-control than conquer a city. We may throw the dice, but the Lord determines how they fall. You see what I mean? That you could take one each day and really find the richness in it. So we have white hair being the crown of glory, better to be patient than powerful. And the Lord determines our path, determines what happens in our life. I think we have some wiggle room because we can get off that path, but the Lord has a path chosen for us. So I would like you to just imagine if everyone let the natural progression of age take its course. What color would your hair be? Would it be white, the crown of glory? Would it be gray, like slate? Or would it be blonde or red? All colors beautiful that God graces us with. But as we age, the white becomes our crown of glory. I imagine Moses, you know how they depict him in the movies with his staff and his long flowing pure white hair after seeing God on the mountaintop. So just imagine your natural progression, and maybe you'll be on the mountaintop sometime. Our activity today is I'd like you to look around at people today, wherever you are. If you're grocery shopping, if you're walking down the street, if you're at the bank, wherever you are. Don't leer at them so they're uncomfortable, but just notice. Notice people with a bit of wisdom, a bit of age on them. How many people do you see with that crown of glory? How many people do you see? Just notice it a tad. And I'm telling you what, if you're younger and you look in the mirror and you see white hair, celebrate because the crown of glory is coming. As an action, I would like you to try to be happy with yourself at every age. There are gifts that God gives us along the way and assurances that we're on the right path when things are all falling into place. God gives us wonderful little tidbits all throughout our life. But if we're too focused on what may be in a few years, we will miss the living that we can have and the joy and the delight that happens today. If you're too forward focused, you might miss what God has planned for you today. I want to share with you something God had planned with me this week, and I didn't know it, but the Shamrock Dairy semi came again to our food pantry, and they brought those beautiful food boxes with yogurt and milk and cheese and meat and apples and potatoes and onions and all sorts of delicious things. And I got to fill the back of my car, well, the whole of my car, and Philip, my husband, drove me, and we just went out into the neighborhood and asked, "Hey, do you know anybody who'd like to have one of these boxes?" We went back to the food pantry 3 times to fill the car with these beautiful gift boxes, and we met some amazing people along the way. Wisdom is gained by living a godly life. When you look out of yourself and look at how you can be a part of the world and be helpful to others and show them who God truly is, a God full of love, then your day is complete. You're living a godly life. Until we meet again, friends, be looking for those crowns of glory. It's a fun exercise. God's bless.